I was 67 years old, and by then I had settled into what I thought would be the rest of my life, quiet, steady, and predictable. My husband, Charles, had passed away 5 years earlier. Since then, I'd poured myself into caring for my family. My children were grown and living their own lives, but I stayed busy, keeping up with the house, staying active, and doing my best to feel useful. I didn't see myself as old, not really, but the years had quietly crept up on me. Romance? That felt like something from another lifetime. Love was a memory I'd stopped expecting to feel again. Then everything changed. One afternoon, my son's friend David came by to help with some repairs. He was 45, much younger than me, but I'd known him since he was a boy. He was always kind, well-spoken, and had this natural warmth that made people feel at ease. It was supposed to be a quick visit, just a few plumbing fixes, but it turned into something I never saw coming. David started coming by more often after that. First, it was little things around the house, tightening a cabinet, fixing a leaky faucet, but soon I realized he wasn't just dropping by out of obligation. He genuinely wanted to be there. We'd talk for hours. He told me about his travels, his job, the things he wanted out of life. I shared stories about raising my kids, what it was like losing Charles, and how much the world had changed over the years. David was open, curious, and easy to talk to. And before long, I found myself looking forward to his visits. It started with small things. The way he looked at me when I spoke, like he was truly listening. Casual compliments, how well I kept the place up, how nice I looked in my favorite cardigan. They were small gestures, but they meant something. I hadn't felt seen in a long time, let alone admired. Without realizing it, David had brought something back to life in me. He made me feel young again. But the real turning point came one evening. I had asked him to help carry a few boxes into the attic. Nothing unusual, just a little favor. But after we finished, we sat down in the living room with some tea and the mood shifted. Our conversation got deeper, more personal. There was a feeling between us now, something unspoken but impossible to ignore. And then, out of nowhere, David broke the silence. His voice was calm but uncertain. "I've never met anyone like you, Clara," he said. "You're not like most older women I know. You're vibrant, smart, and beautiful." I was stunned. I smiled, but inside I didn't know what to make of it. I'd spent so many years thinking of myself as a widow, as someone whose time for love had already passed. "David, you're being very kind," I told him. But he didn't back down. "No, I mean it," he said. "I don't think age matters the way people say it does. I feel something when I'm with you. I don't know how to explain it, I'm just drawn to you." That's when I knew he wasn't just being polite. He truly meant it. The weeks that followed were a mix of emotions. David kept coming by more often now. He'd stay late into the evening, and our talks became more meaningful. We shared our hopes, regrets, and what we both still wanted from life. One night, after a long conversation, we found ourselves sitting close together on the couch. I could feel the warmth of his body next to mine, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel old. I felt alive. He gently reached for my hand. His fingers brushed mine, and the touch was electric. I hadn't felt that kind of spark since my early days with Charles. His hand stayed in mine, and he looked straight into my eyes. "I want to kiss you, Clara," he whispered. His voice was soft, honest, filled with emotion. I was caught off guard. But I couldn't ignore the longing building inside me. My heart was pounding as he leaned in. Kiss was slow, careful, not rushed or dramatic. Just real. Made my breath catch. When we finally pulled away, I was flooded with so many emotions: excitement, uncertainty, fear, and something else. Desire. He gently touched my cheek, and I saw it in his eyes, the sincerity, the affection. "I don't care about age," he said. "I care about who you are. And right now, all I want is you." That moment changed everything. We spent the rest of the evening talking, laughing, and eventually sharing something deeper than just a kiss. It wasn't just attraction. It was connection. As our relationship grew, something else happened. I started to feel more confident. I stopped worrying about the 22 years between us and started focusing on the happiness we were building. David never once made me feel like I was too old for him. If anything, he helped me see that love, real love, doesn't come with an expiration date. We were two people who met at the right time, even if life had taken us on very different paths to get there. And now, looking back on these past few months, I feel nothing but gratitude. Grateful for a love I never expected. Grateful that someone saw me, truly saw me, and reminded me that it's never too late to feel desired, cherished, and deeply loved again. David showed me something I'll never forget. Life doesn't stop when you reach a certain age. Sometimes it just begins again.